Today is Tuesday, March 8th. Welcome to the Coffee Chat, and I hope that you're enjoying this beautiful weather. It just clicked on me. Let's see if I can go to the dashboard. Please let me know if you're here just by making a comment, or if you have any questions, please put them in the comments, and if I see it, I'll answer it if I can. If I don't have the answer, I will get an answer and post it here as well. So hope that your day is going well. I've got a lot of meetings today. It turned out to be a very busy day, so we're going to get started. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's a busy time in Largo and Florida, certainly. So I'm going to list a few things that are happening in the upcoming weeks. This weekend, I'm going to let the dog out real quick. That's kind of the way it is around. This weekend, we will have our inaugural Largo Seafood Festival at Largo Central Park. I hope that you can come out. The weather should be beautiful. It's going to be high of like 72 on Friday, 76 on Saturday. Sunday, there's a chance of rain in the afternoon, but the weather should be great for most of the weekend. And hopefully that rain holds off until the event ends on Sunday afternoon. But the hours are 4 to 10 on Friday. Saturday is 11 in the morning till 10 at night, and then Sunday is 11 to 6. There'll be live music, all different genres, all weekend, and there'll be seafood, a whole bunch of seafood. The admission into the park for this event is free. You got to pay for the seafood, and the music is free, of course. So come join us at the Seafood Festival at Largo Central Park this weekend. Let me see if I've got any comments. I'm trying to. Oh, good morning, Stacy. Good morning, Doug. Good to see you all. Virtually, anyways. Man, this looks different every time I do this. I think Facebook is just trying to keep me on my toes. So that is this weekend. Also coming up soon is the Shamrock and Run 5K. I forget how many years. I think it's been like 15 years. I'll have to look that up. But it is at Ulmer Park on March 15th. It's a 5K in the downtown area. It's a double loop. It's a fun event. There's a 5K, a 1.5 mile walk, and then there's also a short, it's probably, it's 100 yards or so, short kids fun run. It's a lot of fun. And the entry for the 5K is $25. This is before the event. I think it's a little bit more the day of. The walk is $20 and the kids fun run is $10. And for that, you get the awesome event T-shirt. You get a coupon for a beer or water after the run. You get a ticket for a meal at one of the food trucks, and you get a race entry. So it's a wonderful deal. It's always a good time. That race has been growing and growing every year. I think we had close to 500 runners last year. So participants last year. Some of them didn't run. It's a fun event in downtown. It starts and ends at Ulmer Park. Actually, the start is around the corner from Ulmer Park, just the way that the measurement goes. But it does end right at Ulmer Park, and that's where the after party is too. So look for that. That's March 15th. Registration is open now. We've got a bunch of people registered already. So look for that. Speaking of registration, summer camp registration is going strong. It started back in early February for residents. There's all kinds of summer camps, from sports and theater to nature to there's a police department CSI summer camp. There's cooking summer camps, arts and crafts. I think there's a fishing summer camp where you learn how to fish, and then it culminates with a offshore trip on the Double Eagle or the Queen Fleet, I think. One of the head boats out of Clearwater. So that sounds like a camp I want to take. So there's a lot of summer camps. They are filling up. I mean, some of the weeks are getting full. So please take a look if you've got a kid that would like to go to summer camp for a week or three this summer. go online and check it out. I drove by Southwest Pool last week. Things are moving along very well. It's a big pool. It's a big job, and the pool house construction is about to get underway. And I think the planned expected open date for that is the end of summer, this summer. So things are moving well. There's obviously, when you're rehabbing something that's 30 some years old and a facility like a pool, they found some things that they had to fix, but it's going to be an awesome end product. So I'm excited about that, and a lot of people are. I think the Long Center just closed for a year or 2 year reconstruction as well. So a lot of people looking for places to swim around central Pinellas County. Let me see, coming up in May, I just want to let you know, is the 26th Annual Mayor's Golf Tournament. It's going to be on the same day as the Kentucky Derby, so it's going to be a Derby Day themed golf tournament. There's 2 tee-off, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. The morning one is primarily for the sponsors, get groups of tickets to the event, and so it's mostly for sponsors and in the morning. The afternoon is for individual community members, our team members, and anybody else really. It is probably possible to get in the morning if you're early to register if you'd like to, but most of the sponsors will be teeing off in the morning, and the afternoon will be for everybody else. All the money that's raised from that event, again, we've been doing it for 26 years, but all the money that's raised from that event goes to summer camp scholarships for kids that may not be able to afford going to summer camp if it wasn't for the scholarships that we're able to give them. So this almost wholly supports that summer camp scholarship program so that kids can go to camp. I forget the number off the top of my head is how much we raise, but we raise a bunch of money. It's well over 100 weeks of camp for kids to get scholarships. So it's a great event. It's a lot of fun. My golf isn't that great, but I go and play every year. Even before I was mayor, I played every year. Good morning, James and Alice. Good to see you. Man, I'm gonna delete this. This is my own comment, so I can see these comments. Nice. All right, and that is May 3rd. It's the 26th Annual Mayor's Golf Tournament. Some other dates that I think are important. I get asked this all the time. When is Shred Fest? There was one in January. The next Shred Fest is April 12th. So there'll be 2 more Shred Fests this calendar year, if all goes well. Hurricanes messed up a Shred Fest last year. But there's going to be a Shred Fest on April 12th and then also October 18th. So write those in your calendar so that you know that as you're collecting stuff that you want to take to the shredder, those are the dates that you can do it over at the Recycling Center off Starkey. We just found out that we were named a Tree City USA by the Arbor Day Foundation. This is the 35th year in a row that we've been named a Tree City USA. I think there's only one other city in Pinellas County that equals that. Dunedin has been a Tree City just as long as we have, but we are the longest named Tree Cities in this county, and we do a lot to. There's a lot of qualifications you have to do to be named a Tree City USA, and that's by the Arbor Day Foundation. 35 years. Let me see. City Hall is looking good. I just drove by there this morning, and things are moving along. I took a look at the new mural on the inside of the plaza. Looks awesome. The Vitale brothers from St. Petersburg did that. I know Seminole is a Tree City for about 25 years. I looked at it this morning, Councilwoman. But Largo's been a Tree City for 35 years. I'm not sure that Seminole's been a city for 35 years. Right about that, probably. But we've been a Tree City for a long time. So City Hall, we are planning to be into City Hall the end of June. So the end of June, this June. So coming up quickly. Our scheduled ribbon cutting is late July. I think it's the 25th of July. Just keep an eye out on the page here. When that's solidified, I'll put it here. There's going to be a big community event, a big celebration. Everybody will be invited. So I'm sure that I will let you know as we get solidified on that date and time and exactly what's going on. Let me see. That's all that I had as far as updates. There are a lot of other events going on. There's some live music that's going to be starting in Ulmer Park. Also, the concerts in the Breezeway over at the golf course. So keep an eye on the city calendar for that, and I'll post those on my Facebook page as well as they're coming up. But this week is that seafood festival at Largo Central Park. 3 days, beautiful weather, seafood, and live music. What's not to like? So we do have a commission meeting tonight. Tonight we have got a couple ceremonial items. The month of March is Women's History Month, so we'll talk a little bit about that and honor a woman that does a lot in this community. But I'm not going to tell you who it is. I don't want to ruin the surprise. And I'll post something about it after the meeting, though. And then also March 17th through 21st is Government Finance Professionals Week. So we'll be talking a little bit about what. I just saw that yesterday, Terry. I'm gonna make sure. Thanks for bringing that up. So I'm gonna make sure that we take a look at that. There's a couple spots right in that area that seem to be collecting some trash. So we'll get on that. I appreciate it. Good morning, Georgia. There's a bus stop on Missouri that needs some attention. So I appreciate you bringing it up, Terry. So I'll take a look at that and make sure we get somebody out there to clean some of that up, or the property owner if it's on private property. Let me see. We've got Government Finance Professionals Week. It's March 17th through 21st. So we'll find out a little bit more about, share a little bit more about what the finance professionals do in our city, and talk about things like budget preparation and which is year round these days, and really highlight the good work that they do here in Largo. We have a relatively long consent docket with some interesting stuff on there, including approving supporting the Youth Leadership Council on their Legislative Action Days trip up to Tallahassee. The Youth Leadership Council goes up to Tallahassee with the Florida League of Cities, but they don't do the same stuff that all the commissioners and myself do. They actually go through training with professionals up there, both from the city of Tallahassee as well as the Florida League of Cities, to kind of teach them how to lobby and how to advocate for things, and then they go and meet with the representatives up there in the Capitol. It's a great day. So we'll be sending, usually it's 6 to 10 students. Many of them are Largo High School students, but the Youth Leadership Council is open to 8th grade up through high school, and they don't have to be a student at a high school in Largo. They could live in Largo and go to a school outside of Largo, or go to school in Largo and live outside, if you follow me. But we do send usually 6 to 10 students up there. That's on the consent docket. We're also going to be talking, this is second reading for a slight restructure in community development. There's admin and our community development leadership has talked about the need for a slight change in the way that that department is managed, with some expectations that things will become more efficient. Keene Park Drive. Gabe, I know I have the answer to that. I apologize, I didn't get it to you. It might. Yeah, I'll get you the answer. If you could message me, Gabe, your email just in case I don't have it. I think I do, but I'll find the answer on that. I know it's in my box. I just don't think I might have posted it here and you missed it, but I'll get you the answer on Keene Park Drive. I don't know off the top of my head, unfortunately. So community development, some restructuring there, and then the termination of a development agreement with the folks that own the 500 and currently the 600 block of West Bay Drive. I think that there was a big PMG, which is a big development corporation that was involved there. What we kept hearing was that they're kind of waiting out the interest rates to come down, and then they walked away from the project. So we're gonna end that that development agreement. I'm not sure what action is going to be taken. I'll tell you. I can tell you what I think should be taken on the 500 block, which is the block that the city owned and sold to the developer. But we'll see what happens in the near future on that. We'll be talking about it tonight, I'm sure. So I think I would expect that there's going to be some strong opinions of what the commission should do with at least the 500 block, and certainly would love to see something happen on the 600 block as well. And then we're going to look at the CRA annual report, the community redevelopment area, which is West Bay Drive redevelopment district, and talk a little bit about things that have happened in that West Bay Drive over the last year. So that it's an annual report that's required. So we'll look at both finances and development and city efforts in that West Bay Drive district. Let me see. That's all I have for today. I'm going to scroll through these questions just to make sure. Gabe, I'll get back with you, and then Terry, I will check on that along Rosary in Missouri. And that looks like it. Thank you all for being here. Our next coffee chat is going to be an in-person coffee chat. It's next week. I will be in Tallahassee the following week on that Tuesday morning. So I can't do a person. I guess I could do a virtual, but I can't do an in-person coffee chat from Tallahassee. It'd be the only one there. So the next in-person coffee chat will be next week, and that is at I'm gonna write that down, Barbara. Tell me Barbara, if you could put in there where Pine and Wilcox is. Is that the cut through behind Heritage Village? I think that's what it is. Go ahead and answer that if you could, and I'll finish up on this coffee chat. Coffee chat is at Acropole next Tuesday at 8:30. If you'd like to join me for a coffee in person, I would appreciate it. We just moved to Acropole last month. It was great. The food was great. The people were really friendly. They were so happy to have us there. So hopefully you can join us. Our plan is to be at Acropole this whole year. Typically it's the third Tuesday of the month. This month it's going to be the second because, like I said, I'm going to be out of town. If I don't see nothing's being sent yet. But Barbara, I'll let you know what's going on. If it is the street that kind of cuts behind Heritage Village. Oh. So I'm not sure what it's the street at where the new fire station is going up. Well, there's a lot of construction right there. There's our new Station 39, which is being constructed and it's moving along great. And then the Pinellas County Housing Authority is rebuilding what was Rainbow Village, at least half of that. And I'm not sure what's happening over at Pine and Wilcox, but I'll find out. I know I think Pine and Wilcox is there's some unincorporated county over there, but I'll find out what's going on over there and I'll post it here. They are repaving Wilcox and doing something with that intersection at Gladys, where Gladys, the city is north of Wilcox on Gladys. The city just repaved that, and still waiting on some sidewalk crossings and stuff. But that intersection is the county's. And there is a park. The county's doing a park there along behind the corner of Pine and Wilcox. So yes, that's what that is. It's right behind the gosh, what's the name of the dedication sign that's right there? Well, it's in the Ridgecrest neighborhood, but there is a park that's going to go along that pond there, right along Wilcox, and Dreyer. I'll have to find out about Dreyer as well. So I appreciate you all being here. And sorry I wasn't able to answer all these questions right off the top of my head, but I don't want to say something that I'm not sure about. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week, and certainly always reach out to me if you have any question that comes up in between these coffee chats, and I will do my best to get you an answer and get resolution to any issues that are going on. So you guys have a wonderful week, and hopefully I'll see you next week in person over at Acropole. Otherwise, we'll see you here in 1 month. Have a great day.
My name is LaRon Roberts. I'm a solid waste driver for the city of Largo. My role is I'm what they call a claw truck driver. So we drive around picking up bulk items. So anything that doesn't fit in your trash can, we're the one that pick it up. Refrigerators, cabinets, dressers, couches. I got diagnosed in 2019 by my doctor running regular lab tests, and he saw that my kidney functions were off. And then you know how they do, they ordered more tests, and then eventually they determined that I had a genetic disease and that my kidneys were starting to fail. And so in 2023, they called me up one day, said, we got lab work, doesn't look too good, come to the hospital. And that's when they put me on dialysis. I had to have surgery the day they called me to the hospital, and they admitted me. They had to put a port in my stomach. And what it is that every night I hook up to this machine, and then in the morning, the theory is that it got all the toxins out of you. They don't make it easy getting on the transplant list. I've been trying for almost 2 years now. I finally, last month, got on the list. And that means that now I'm able to receive a kidney. I go through Tampa General. And they have you go to their website, the Liver Donor Program, and what it is that you can call them, and if you want to be a donor, they'll send you out to a blood kit. You take that kit to either Quest or LabCorp. They'll test it and let you know if you're a match. So having a kidney would help me live a better life, so I can do more things with my kids, so I don't have to do 9 hours a night of dialysis. Because, I work 10 hours a day. I get off at 5, get home about 5:30, and then at 8 o'clock I have to hook my machine up. So that only really gives me, 2.5 hours of time to rest before I have to be on that machine all night long. So, it's very challenging. Some days, it's a struggle, but, life happens, and, I'll get through it, and hopefully when I get my kidney transplant, I'll have a better life. What gives me hope? To know that, because when I go to my doctor, I'm in the waiting room with other people with kidney disease, and I see that they have lived long lives, long, happy lives, and sometimes you talk to them because Sometimes you're waiting there, half an hour, 45 minutes to see the doctor. And they tell you their stories and how they had kidney disease and they got a kidney transplant. And now they're doing well and they're living happy lives, and that this is only a temporary setback in your life, that it doesn't have to define you. It doesn't mean that this is over. Because when I first got diagnosed, you know how you go in that I'm gonna die kind of mindset, but then you realize and you start talking to people that no, this is not the end. What gives me hope is knowing that there's other people out there with the same disease that have lived long, happy lives.
Hey there, I'm Eileen, and I'm excited to share with you what's happening in the city of Largo, where we're working every day to be the community of choice in Tampa Bay. Guided by our values of integrity, collaboration, passion, and creativity, Largo has been strategically partnering with other agencies and organizations to get more done for the community. Largo understands that when it comes to getting things done for you, we're not alone. And when it comes to building a community, we rely on strategic partnerships. I'm at the Homeless Empowerment Program in Clearwater, which is just one of the community partnerships we'll be learning more about today, while we highlight just a few wins from this past year that have made 2024 worth celebrating. Largo wants to proactively and compassionately serve those experiencing homelessness. And Largo Police Officer Stephen Melandro and Homeless Outreach Specialist Todd Nutbrown are just two of Largo's many team members who are on the front lines of this mission every day.
Our primary goal is to help individuals first. I will approach them with, how can I help you? How can we help you as a team, the City of Largo, between myself, Todd, Officer Stamper, all the resources, what it is you're going through, and are you willing to accept those resources? And if you are, we would be more than happy to guide you and get you to that finish line of hopefully permanent housing, which is the ultimate goal. With Todd on board now and working, synergistically with him and how we're able to accomplish this together, I will do outreach. I will make contact with an individual. I will advise them, hey, how long have you been here? Where are you from? Have you heard of Pinellas Hope? Have you heard of the Homeless Empowerment Program in Clearwater? Let me get you in touch with Todd Nutbrown. He is connected with these resources and he'll be able to get you in.
One outstanding example of a partnership that's helping those experiencing homelessness is HEP, or Homeless Empowerment Program. Aided by the American Rescue Plan Act, or ARPA, this program is providing resources and support.
What I love about that program is, they have the dental office there, they have a medical office there, they have a business management aspect where it helps people get the actual job, professional development, clothing. They have a thrift store that helps, you can't go to an interview without the clothing. So they have all these entities, plus they have the residential aspect, and then they have a meal hall type area. A lot of the times I think with this program what I've seen is so powerful is a network of people, or people going through a like situation can kind of see each other in each other's way, and as they progress through the program they can see hope.
And the Homeless Outreach Team is much more than just Todd and Officer Melandro. They meet regularly with other officers and team members across departments, such as the housing team, to strategize, brainstorm, and follow up.
We have the officers and myself, but we also have our manager and the housing team, and we all kind of talk together about trends, things we're running into, any barriers, any developments we need to develop relationships.
And just the way we all work together as a team, it couldn't align more well with our city values of passion, integrity, collaboration, and creativity.
It could come in a text, or it could become a call.
I just want to say thank you, man. You guys are the greatest, man.
You think the call's coming in because they need more help, but they're actually thanking you. You just stop for a second, take a breath, and go, that's why we do what we do.
Largo's proactive efforts to help those experiencing homelessness has resulted in many amazing success stories. and you can learn more about a few of those as well as contact the Homeless Outreach team at largo.com/homelessoutreach. Another outstanding partnership that's bringing you better public health and safety is Largo's collaboration with Pinellas County to pave the way for a brand new fire station in Southwest Largo. The current Station 39 was opened in 1979, and with continued growth comes the need for facilities that can house more firefighters and vehicles.
We've been able to collaborate with Pinellas County. They've worked with us to allow a land swap with the City of Largo. So the land swap is the new location where the fire station will go, and the swap on this side of it will be the existing land will revert back to Pinellas County. But also there's funding involved for that facility as well. It's just over 14%, and that is due to us serving the unincorporated area. The new fire station is going to have 3 apparatus bays. It'll have 8 individualized bunk rooms. You're going to have a day room, you're going to have a fitness room, you're going to have increased storage capacity, and it's a design that's long term. It's planning for the future growth. That's the beautiful part of this relationship with Pinellas County and the City of Largo, that we were able to find land within the coverage area where we needed it to best serve the citizens. The Fire Station 39 is going to be the result of working closely with Public Works, information technology, engineering, construction. We've worked with everybody that you can think of in the city itself, other departments for input and putting this together and designing it. So, and also with feedback from the firefighters that will actually live and reside in this fire station in the future. They had a huge amount of input and say on how we designed and created this future station.
Construction is underway, and the new Fire Station 39 plans to have trucks in the bay and be responding to calls in spring 2025. The City of Largo believes superior services that inspire community pride begin with superior team members. And that's why we've taken a comprehensive approach to training and developing Team Largo. And we are excited to be implementing Largo Learning, a training program that builds off of the already highly successful HPO, or High Performance Organization model.
Every team member has a voice, and we are all leaders in the organization. So the HPO competency model was developed through a partnership with our executive leadership team, team member surveys, and Blue Beyond Consulting. It outlines knowledge, skills, and abilities needed to implement HPO into our services. There are 5 tenets of the model: foster teamwork, drive results, build trust, growth mindset, and strategic focus. There's a unique learning path for each of the 5 competencies based on the team member's role, from frontline team member through executive management. We have a total of 5 role-based learning paths for each HPO competency. Think of it as a curriculum, right, where it's a series of courses, and the learning paths are structured for each level of the organization, and they combine both online training as well as instructor-led classroom facilitation. It shows that we are committed to providing team members with the tools to be successful and realize their potential. HPO showed us what we need to do to be a high-performance organization. The competencies and the learning path help team members understand how to be high-performing.
As Largo continues to grow, developing team members is essential to fostering a culture of innovation, engagement, and continuous learning to serve you both now and in the future. And Largo continues to invest in the future through sustainability and resiliency projects, like solar power at city facilities and increasing the fleet of hybrid and electric vehicles, like the Chevy Bolt and Ford F-150 Lightning. This new addition is not only powering itself, but also powering outdoor events, like Largo Live, all with 0 emissions. Largo is also investing in future infrastructure and community streets with roadway projects like Rosary Road. And if you haven't been to downtown Largo lately, then you may have missed out on seeing private developments take shape, like the Skyview townhomes near the corner of West Bay Drive and Clearwater Largo Road. And we like to think the best is yet to come, and we want you to get involved and stay connected to the future of Largo's budget priorities and more by visiting largo.com/budget.